Hello there to all my friends out there. I don't know if you feel that, if the time is accelerating even more. From some of you, I didn't hear for the very long time, because due to these times, we are sort of more separated. And occasionally I get an email from another country, or of course I get WhatsApp messages for everyone who doesn't know me yet and accidentally came here to my channel. Welcome. Warm welcome to you. I'm Joanna and I'm talking about paranormal stuff connected with self-realization, self-knowing, self-knowledge. And I'm an author, I'm an artist, and welcome here. And here today I'm going to tell you about messages from Dolphins. So everything what I'm saying, please verify and check it for yourself. But if you do have experience, feelings, dreams, please write me about it, because together we can put those puzzles together. And I can tell you this, I already know that from my Polish friends and people who are watching this channel, you are not crazy. And things you are dreaming about, or the impulses, the synchronicities that coming into your environment, they are real. The only thing is how to decipher it so it will help you in your life and not make you more crazy. Because some of you, if you are isolated, you may think that you're slightly crazy. You're not. But if you have the comfort and grounding from other similar people to you, you can verify it, you can know what's true, what's real, what was just your imagination, and what really happens, or how you can understand, translate that telepathic or dreamlike message from your dream into your world, and how it can serve you. So I'm going to tell you this about the Dolphins, and I never met Dolphins in my life, but because I am recently working with sort of a wand or biotensor, some say it's a biotensor, and naturopath always use some additional pendulum gadgets that are helping them treating their patients. And although I want to learn, this person that is knowing so much doesn't want to teach me because he has no time. So every now and then I'm just asking a question and go and figure this out myself. And he told me this, that order the essence of Dolphin and Dolphin will teach you, because I have no time, sorry. So I ordered the essence. I didn't get the essence, but I sat down with myself and I was thinking about those Dolphins. What are they? Why would I even work with them? And yeah, what's going on there? And my want, and I know it's gonna sound weird for a lot of you who just maybe never have this experience, but you get this intuitive voice within you when you work with the certain items, how to work with them. And however you call it, is it your intuitive voice, is it the spirit guide, it's up to you. I like to say that my wand told me I know how it sounds, to put it in the left hand, because my right hand, and this is the message to all of you, if you want to feel, work with your crystals, the right hand is projecting, the left hand is receiving. As long as you're projecting something into the universe, you're not receiving. So you are transmitting something toward. But if you do want to receive, it's very important your environment is calm, you are fine, and it's nobody in your space that can interfere with that, because once you're receiving, you're also perceiving anything what is in your environment. If you're highly intuitive, you know what you're gonna get. So the left hand is receiving, and what I heard is that just by thinking and sending the intent about the quality, you are getting the messages instantly from it. So the first message I saw about Dolphins is like, Dolphins are the creatures that, animals you would say probably in English, that are helping humans to deal with their worst fears. They are so joyous, and they, through the vibration and the way they are structured and their flexibility, are helping the humans to deal with the fear. the primer fear, any kind of fear. The fear is melting and is instantly transformed in their presence. So that was the first message when I didn't have those essence. The second one I got already with the essence. If you ever going to work with essences, any kind, it's really good to put them on the hand, left hand, for example, and wait a bit to see how your body will correlate with them, vibrate with them. And then you can start with taking one drop of that, which I took. And the first thing, as my lovely person who didn't want to teach me said, go, the dolphin will teach you, was that the dolphins show also what you didn't deal with. Before you're going to experience something cool and nice, it may happen that those of you who have a lot of unfinished business processes, any kind of obstacles in life, will be first seeing those after taking. So don't get discouraged, because I also dealt with a certain fear that are coming or is recycling back in my life. What's good about it, it wasn't overwhelming, it was shown. The fear that is shown by dolphins is not exactly the fear that you feel scared within yourself. So that's better. I accepted that. But the moment I said, okay, please stop, the vision stopped instantly. So that was really cool. And take it more or less as a sign what you are working with. Make a note about it and decipher the vision you had, or the voice, inner voice, intuitive one, that you had considering that particular essence. The next one, after taking those drops, was about when I started to ask questions, how, what about those dolphins? Because then I got really curious and I started to study a little bit about dolphins, and they are not so fun. Not all of them, they are just like humans. Their intelligence is higher than monkeys, chimpanzees, but they can be really rude. They can be killers. They can also kill themselves. They can also be very violent. Even sharks are scared of them. They can also get high. There is a certain fish in the ocean that they play with it and they get high on that fish. So dolphins are just like humans. Not every dolphin will be a therapist, just like humans. But if they are intending to work with humans, help the humans, and are trained with the humans, they told me they are sensing how far they can go with that particular person in the water. Is it safe, and what is safe? And I asked also, what about the danger? How they perceiving the danger? And they said that is absolutely nothing to worry about, because they're working always together in the group. And later on, I understood that when I Googled already, and I learned that even sharks are scared of dolphins. Pretty interesting, because dolphins are pretty flexible and they can hit the shark from the bottom to the stomach and can really damage him, that he can also die from that kind of damage. Coming back to dolphins, if you do experience any kind of negative feelings once you start to work with essences, and you are into spiritual growth, but you don't know exactly how to do it, everybody's telling, yeah, just know yourself, think what you want to do in life, but you don't know exactly what. Here are a little bit of reflections and everything in a nutshell, what I summarized after all these videos. So here it is, what I gathered for you. First of all, to know yourself, you have to know who you are not. And since we are mixture of our environment, past generations, reincarnation, it's pretty hard to do that. Since many years, and till now, even now, every day, especially with the speeding of time, I sometimes have 3 processes per day. It's really a lot. I am also overwhelmed sometimes by it, because one thing happened after another. So these things can be pretty intense. And then you have your environment currently. So it's very, very important that you are paying attention to your reset every now and then. And during the summertime, please, I suggest everyone to take a reset. And it's not like it's a good advice from someone who cannot do it. That is me. I would try to do it myself. I am planning to do that too. To reset a week time, 2 weeks time. I don't know how far you can go with it, but the month would be pretty good to detox yourself from toxic information. Trust me on that one, or don't trust me, but we'll see how it's gonna go. But during this next month, probably nothing will that much change in the world situation. You don't have to hear and read and every news out there. And if it's something so drastic, you are going to find out through people instantly, the same day, probably. So you don't have to read all that. So the reset from those information, and also toxic energies. On purpose, I'm not saying toxic people, because all of us in the different stages are more or less, you know, sometimes toxic, more, less, or none. So I would say the energies that are approaching us, this is this hygienic thing that we do every day. Every time we talk to someone, every time we have a conversation going out to the store, we have this ritual of cleaning our hands. The same applies to energy. You cannot come back home and don't clean yourself energetically. Anytime I forget to do that, weird stuff sometimes coming in. So it happened to me recently, for example, and to, of course, avoid to keep the privacy of those people, I would just change the circumstances. But it happened to me. I was passing by, let's say on the street and some of the apartments of the people, and there was a lady that her apartment were widely open in a certain, you know, place somewhere there. It was a very nice lady and very polite, and I came back home and something was extremely stinking in my kitchen. I just left a few minutes ago. Nothing could stink there. I went through everything from my kitchen and nothing was stinking, but every now and then I entered, there was one spot of energy, nowhere near the garbage, nowhere near any fridge or anything, where it was something weird. And of course, please use their sage, incense. This is sort of energies. If you perceive any smelly thing out there, that is sort of parasites energy that likes to stick. It's like a dark cloud that likes to stick on humans. And of course, if it's gonna stay, it will affect your thinking, your emotions, and eventually your health. So this is the hygienic thing. We are out there encountering millions of information every day. We cannot recycle, we cannot perceive even, but our body takes it all. Our body knows everything and perceive the environment that we don't even know about, processing a lots of information. So it's very important to reset yourself from those information and also from those toxic energies, and paying attention how many of people we are able to receive, talk daily, especially if you have intensive work and you have to deal with clients on regular basis. It's very important you pause for a week, at least for a week, if not longer. And the other thing is, anything that you didn't deal with, it's going to come back the moment you want to start your spiritual growth, or you are on a journey somewhere. It's gonna come out. And what's very important here is to start distance this inner mess from yourself, to start to differentiating that this is not me, this is something that is aiming at me. If you do watch any Marvel shows, this is so perfectly shown, like, you know, super soldiers, or all these kind of great hero stories, because then it's so easy. There is a hero, there is an enemy, they fight, they win, the world is saved. Internal fight is unfortunately not so easy, because you have to create, you have to dissociate yourself, distance yourself from the enemy. But the first, you have to see that you are not your enemy, that the enemy is internal. So here what works, it's very important to personify your enemy. It could be probably your inner critic composed from your childhood, from your past memories, from reincarnation and so on. So personification gives you instant distance because it's not you anymore. But if you do not have your own voice, because the only voice you knew was this critic inside telling you how bad you are, I am like this, I am like that, right? This inner voice, then it's of course very, very hard because you're so small, you're like a seed, you don't know yet who you are. And there's this big critic out there. So this is the moment where it's the most good time to work with a therapist, coach that will help you out, or an enormously conscious friend if you have one. You can do it yourself if you are very, very conscious how to do it, and you can attempt to do it yourself. Here is why. How? Now why? Here is how. So the critic will keep on attacking you because that's all the critic knows. That's who he is. You can transform the energies only through understanding. Understanding requires experience, knowing. So you have to understand that enemy first before you conquer it, change it into your ally, or deal with it anyhow you want it. So this voice, internal voice of yours, it's probably, if you're only starting, it's non-existent. You have to build it up from the scratch. If you can imagine a figure that will help you, that's great. You can collect it from other people, from other TV shows, from the great books, or from the coach. But anything, you hear carefully what the critic says, and anything he says, you are doing contra-sentence to it, step by step. The stronger voice wins. Of course, he's very strong at the beginning, or she's very strong, depending how your critic looks like. So you build up the voice, and it's like a plant, and it's very delicate. So anything at the beginning can crush you. That's why this additional help is really speeding things up. And then until you grow within your inner voice, then you are on the same level, and this is the time that you can change your critic into your ally. So from that moment on, it will work for you, not against you. I give you an example from my life. So when I was writing that my oracle, when I was painting even, the critic comes not only from your inner voice, from the voice that you're chatting to yourself, but also from the channel of the world, from those closest to you, from those you care. And if you can differentiate that it's not them, but it's the critic, that is yours, it's just, coming into relation to you. That is great. This one is very hard because you are most of the times hurt by what those people are telling you. And you are going to feel hurt. That's obvious. But there is a way. There is a way. So long time ago, when I was painting those pictures, when I was writing my oracle, and I first translated an oracle, and it was so bad, it was so bad that even I could not read that translation. I had to start all over again. I had to get an editor and so on. But I heard those voices from those close ones like, stop painting, start to make money. You don't do anything. Get a job, get yourself something. You're not productive. Nobody needs your paintings. Nobody needs your writings. What are you doing? You're wasting your life. You're wasting your time. So the thing is, if you do something out there naturally, you cannot stop doing it. That's probably your dharma, destiny, talent, skill. And that talent skill is very rough. At the beginning, it takes enormous time to develop this, to work on it. So, of course, this is the challenging voice, but it is like, if someone shoots at you, these bullets that may hurt you, if you catch them consciously, you're just gaining more ammo to protect yourself in the future, but also turn it into your ally. So it's not about those people who are criticizing at the beginning, but it's about what is your calling. So this is how you build up that voice, because a lot of people who are I spoke with, and those great Polish people that are reading my Polish version of the Oracle, and they are telling me, especially women, about the self-worth, that they only now discovering who they are in a step by step. And even though I work on myself for so many years, till this very moment, I have so many processes about who I am not. What is coming from what generation, and how crazy it will sound for you when I tell you that anytime I go and I activate this pineal gland, watch the video about pineal gland, by the way, how to do that, and I go into these states that I can hear the water, that I can hear myself. Finally, I always discover some bit of information about myself that I know, oh, that trait of character, or that is coming because of that happened to my ground ancestor that I don't even know about it. So it's like, it feels almost like the water told me about it, so I get a better understanding of it. And then, if I do understand, the things in the energy start to shift for me. And then it truly feels like I don't have to do anything anymore. The only business I gotta do is to sit and get to know myself. If you know yourself, you know the world. You can predict a lot of things. So this is how crucial that is. I hope I told you everything about it. So here it is. If you start to work on yourself, and the bad things coming out, they are clearing your space to go higher with yourself. It's not necessarily higher that you are high, but it's like a spiral of growth. You are recycling and cycling back to the same topics in your life, but you are dealing with them on a different level, better quality, shorter period of time, less drama, and you keep on going. There's never the end. So anytime you hear someone, oh, I dealt with the fear once and for all, for me, it sounds very arrogant, because in life we have those cycles, right? We have those cycles, and I took it from Arnold Mindell, and I love these cycles because he explained exactly as it is. You are in the first cycle, you are innocent, you are playful, joyful, you don't want to have problems, you want to have fun. The second one, you get a conflict, you're frustrated. This is the great time, because if you're not frustrated, if you don't have a desire, you're not going to achieve anything in life. You're not going to create anything. So this is the calling for the personal growth. Then you're dealing in the third phase. You're dealing with that conflict. You are communicating, transforming. Things are coming back to the working out for you. Everything starts to work out for you. And the fourth phase, it's sort of like an illumination. You're in the zone of mastery. You achieved somewhere. And guess what? Right back. You are back at the beginning, in the beginner's mind, and you're jumping to this, I don't want to have problems, life is cool, it's joyous. Oh, shoo, problem again. So this is the cycles, and they are keep on coming back to us. So the only thing that we can predict, it's going to happen again. It's going to be on a different level, the same you have in astrology. The moment, the date of your birth, is you're cycling back to the time when you were born and those energies that were surrounding you that time. And this is perfect time to do a ritual and feel what was present there, because not everything is so cool. And this is the time of transforming, breathing that through, collecting information about yourself. What went wrong? What was good? What am I working on? Why am I here? This is powerful time, because you're going back to that particular day, and then you get to another level, and it's all repeating all over again. So this is how you start this work. And to do that work, you need a certain comfort, a reset, and getting rid of toxic energies, often coming from other people who are not so conscious. Different energies coming through. Not everyone is keeping attention to energies. Not everyone is seeing them, perceiving them. you cannot clear yourself from something you don't know about. You're not gonna get clean your hands if you think they are clean, or if you didn't think that they may be dirty. So this is how it works. So it's always the responsibility on the side of someone who is growing, wants to grow, and staying alert within the process, and taking responsibility only for yourself. You cannot go out there in the world if you're not okay with yourself, unfortunately, right? You maybe have a great heart and achieved great things, helped many people, but if you feel like you made a sacrifice and you lost your life force, come back to yourself. It sounds very banal, so I'm taking that back. Come back to yourself, right? What does that mean? It means that is good to come back to the reflection that if I do something because I want to feel better about myself, because I want to be superior. So even those people who have money and help other people, from what intentions are they really doing it? From feeling better about themselves, or feeling pity, like I'm better because this person is worse off out there? So what is your intention when you do assist other people or you do something for someone else? It's very important, because if your intentions are not pure, are not honest to yourself first, these people also won't be thankful to you. They are going to feel it, that is something shady there. Something is not exactly right with your intentions. We do feel others telepathically, and we are very telepathic, all of us. Whether we pay attention to that, to it or not, that's other thing. But we do. And so the intention is good to know. And I personally know someone who gets up at 4 in the morning. Oh my God. And maybe one day I achieve that. But because from 6 o'clock in the morning, her house is full of kids and, family, and she doesn't have time, but she's very strict with her borders, because she knows that she has this amount of life force. And first, she has to work on herself. So from 4 o'clock, she works on herself. Then she takes care of her family. If she has extra energy, she takes care of friends and others. And it is not the other way around. The first, and as much as egoistically it sounds, the first is you, absolutely you. Because if you don't have that life force, if you didn't decide what you want to do with your life force, everybody else will decide but you. So I think this is it for today. So take this summer as much as you can to reflect. The world situation won't change within a month, I think. And if it will change, you will know about it. You don't have to read the whole article. You can just read the first title to know what else is happening. Anytime you go into energy of the article, you are receiving. If you're receiving, you're not projecting what you want. You're not projecting where you're going. So it's very, very important. And you decide for yourself. Please pass this. If this is helpful for anyone, can help, please pass this to anyone that can help. I invite you to hit that notification button and subscribe to my channel if you didn't already. And I'm looking forward to read your personal experience, because I would love to, for all the oracles out there, and I know you are there. It's very important that you're not separated, that you're not isolated in your experience, that you know you're not crazy. This is happening. This is this other reality. We are seeing only, 5% of reality. There is 95% of reality that you don't see. Some of you already see energy. Some of you are enormously telepathic. Some of you work with plants, get the messages from other dimension. So of course, that's another topic. You gotta be careful from whom you are receiving those portion of information, but that's another topic, channeling. But you see out there much more, and we do not have enough verification of what you see is real. So let's keep on verifying that And you can do it in the comments. If you do comment and other people read it, they will know they're not crazy. I already know that because I have now plenty of oracles out there, and I'm so thankful for it. And if you like also to get my book on Amazon, they are better. They are really better. They're not the best yet, but I'm working on it, and I'm going to keep on working on it regarding what anybody will say, because these messages are extremely important for me. It's just now I'm happy that they are so important to other people too. So enjoy your day. Have a sunny weather wherever you are, and mostly sun and warmth in your heart. Bye bye for now.